Grizzly Gaz is a YouTuber whose adventures I've featured before. His channel captures the strange and unpredictable side of camping. With his best friend Fendi always by his side, he explores forests and remote spots across the UK, where ordinary nights can quickly take a strange turn. In one of his uploads, everything seemed normal at first. Gaz set up his tent, gathered some wood, and started getting dinner ready. Pretty much the routine of every camper. But the calm didn't last long. Out of the darkness, a man suddenly appeared, asking for beer and food. The encounter wasn't violent, but there was something about it that didn't sit right. The kind of situation that leaves you unsure of what might happen next. But before I show you the video, I just want to thank you all from the heart. Reaching 3,000 subscribers wouldn't have been possible without your amazing support. We're already over halfway to 5,000 together, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe and be part of our community. Now, back to the video.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light. I shit me pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak,
just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
I don't think I was. I could have been. It's possible.
Right, gonna get these cooked up.
As the video goes on, Gaz reveals that the stranger's name was Martin, a man without a home who spoke openly about how addiction had torn his life apart. He said that his struggles had led him to wander aimlessly through the woods, searching for peace or maybe just a place to rest. Gaz listened quietly while cooking, trying to make sense of the man's story. But what started as a quiet conversation soon took an unsettling turn. Gaz turned away for just a moment to grab more firewood, and when he looked back, Martin was gone. No sound, no goodbye. It was as if he had vanished into the night. The sudden disappearance left Gaz uneasy, his instincts telling him not to stay there any longer.
The more I think about it, the stranger it gets. So, scanned about, and he was just walking off into darkness. So I said, "See you later, pal." He went, yeah, see ya. And just left. The fact that he just left without saying out has put the EBGBs up me, because he's going for two things. One, I'm going to tell his mates that there's a guy camping out with a load of filming equipment, and two, he's going to score because he needs his fix. And even then, if he goes and scores, has his fix, talking with his mates while he's high.
Before leaving, he decided to strap a camera to a nearby tree, curious to see if Martin might come back. When he returned the next morning, the camera itself had disappeared.
Right. That's where I was sat, on my chair there. That's where the tent was. And he just walked up from here. Got to about here right next to me when he said, "Have you got a light, mate?" Said that he could see the smoke from the fire, and that's why I didn't want to light it really, because then our trail camera's gone. That's where it was, on this tree. So my gut instincts were right, weren't they, to leave.
The moment Gaz saw that the camera was missing, he knew he had done the right thing. It didn't take long for the truth to click. Martin must have come back during the night and taken it. Realizing that, Gaz felt an even stronger sense of relief for leaving when he did. If he had stayed, the outcome might have been very different. I know there are people who question Grizzly Gaz's videos. Some say his content sometimes feels a bit too close to being staged. But honestly, this one doesn't seem that way to me at all. Everything about it feels genuine. What do you think? Do you believe it was real? Share your thoughts down below in the comments. Jacob is the creator behind the YouTube channel Furious Otter. From what I've seen, his passion has always been filming, not for polished production or cinematic flair, but simply for the joy of capturing what he sees. Although he hasn't uploaded anything new in over 7 years, one video from what you might call his prime YouTube days still stands out. In that video, Jacob traveled to Cannock Chase, a stunning stretch of woodland in the UK. He set up his drone and sent it high into the air to record the beautiful landscape below, not realizing that what he'd captured that day would end up being remembered for something far stranger than its scenery. While flying his drone over the quiet stretches of Cannock Chase, Jacob spotted something strange on the monitor, a small white shape barely visible between the trees. At first, he thought it might just be light reflecting off the branches, but as he guided the drone closer, the outline sharpened into something unmistakable: a woman. Her long dark hair draped over her shoulders, facing the camera as if she knew she was being watched. When Jacob later posted the footage, viewers immediately started debating what he had captured. Some were convinced it showed something paranormal, while others argued it had to be a real person, pointing out how natural her posture and movements seemed. Whatever the truth is, the video has an undeniably unsettling feel to it. And honestly, I find it disturbing too. Mostly because I've already covered another case involving a woman dressed in white, one who actually chased a group of teenagers through the woods. If you'd like to check that video out after watching this one, it's the first link down in the description. Outdoor Boys is one of the most well-known outdoor channels on YouTube, a name that instantly comes to mind when you think of camping, adventure, and family trips in the wild. But one video turned out to be anything but ordinary. The plan was simple: a hammock camping trip with his son, a peaceful weekend away from it all. The day unfolded perfectly, filled with quiet moments and laughter by the fire. But as night crept in, that calm began to fade. The woods grew still, the light disappeared behind the trees, and then came the sound. It wasn't a growl or a howl, but a strange, echoing giggle, like something large was laughing just beyond the tent.
Get the fireplace turned around so I can work on it a bit. You hear that?
He explained that the strange giggling sounds were probably made by two wolves wandering dangerously close to their tent. They had come right up to the area where he and his son were sleeping, close enough to hear them moving through the brush. Knowing how dangerous the situation could become, he made a quick decision: do nothing. He stayed perfectly still, listening and waiting for the moment the animals would fade back into the darkness. Thankfully, his calm approach worked. Jenna has a channel built around her love for the outdoors. Not the spooky, dramatic kind of camping you see everywhere, but the peaceful, real kind. Her videos focus on the quiet side of the forest, the calm that comes with being alone in nature. For this video, she picked a stretch of crown land, the perfect spot to film and unwind far from everything else.
So I'm out here on Crown Land, and I'm going to do a little bit of a bushcraft camp out today. I have my backpack with my sleeping kit and my cooking kit. I have my tarp and some pegs, and I have the forest all to myself. I brought my buddy Herb with me to keep me company. You might remember Herb from our bike tour on the Icefields Parkway. He's going to be keeping me company while I'm out here alone in the woods. The river's definitely not frozen yet, so I'm walking over these logs to get across because there's a couple dead trees over there that I'm looking at taking down.
Jenna spent some time cutting wood, carrying the logs, and arranging them carefully until her shelter started to take shape.
I'm basically just tying a clove hitch around the pegs before I nail them into the ground. And then popping some rocks on top of the peg just to seal it in. Cute. So this is it from the back. The weather's supposed to be beautiful tonight. We don't have any wind or rain or anything on the forecast, so this should work just fine. This is it from the inside.
The quiet didn't last long. While Jenna was out searching for a good campsite, a white SUV pulled up nearby. A man inside watched her without saying a word, then slowly drove off. She didn't think much of it at first, maybe just someone passing through. But a little later, as she was setting up her shelter, that same vehicle returned. He stopped again, staring for a moment before leaving once more. Then, for a third time, the SUV came back. By then, Jenna knew something wasn't right.
I'm not even taking the time to pack up nicely because I just want to get out of here. Okay, goodbye to the campsite that once almost was. I don't think I left anything. Okay. Barely got everything in my bag because I didn't like fold everything properly. I'm just trying to get out of here. I have half my stuff in my food bag. It's gonna be okay. He's not here right now. Like, this is where he pulled out to, and he literally took a look at me and turned around and pulled out. But I know it was the same car. It was like a white SUV with a bag over the back of his window, and he turned around and I saw that same bag. So yeah, I'm out of here. Even if that guy didn't mean any harm and he was just trying to camp here, I don't like when somebody knows where I'm camping when I'm by myself. Like, I want to be hidden and unseen, and I don't want some man to know that I'm alone in the woods. I'm coming back to my van. Okay. Back of the van. That was a mad dash. Luckily, it's not dark out just yet, so I'm gonna head home. I don't like driving in the dark, but like, even in the van, I don't really want to sleep out here.
She didn't wait around to find out what his intentions were. Her instincts told her something was wrong, and she listened. When you're out camping alone, especially in a remote spot with no signal, you can't take chances with someone acting strange or circling back repeatedly. Maybe the man meant no harm. Maybe he did. There's no way to know. But she made the right call. In situations like that, trusting your gut can make all the difference. Justin Chase has always been the spontaneous type, the kind of person who heads out without a plan, just to see what he might find. But for this adventure, he decided to let technology choose his path. Using ChatGPT, he asked for a random destination and set off, treating it like his own twist on the randonautica trend. It sounded like harmless fun at first, but that random choice would soon lead him somewhere he probably shouldn't have gone.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, once again from Johnson City, Tennessee. I asked ChatGPT, I asked him, what am I doing right now, dude? I asked ChatGPT to make our plans for us today. I asked, hey ChatGPT, I need you to give me coordinates to a location I can drive to. It should be about an hour away from here, Johnson City. Make it somewhere that would be good for a video, but I do not want you to tell me where it is. Make it a surprise. Thanks, bud. Love you. See you soon. Kissy emoji, heart emoji. I probably could have left that last part out. And sure enough, he very quickly got back to me because that's his job, people. He said, hey there, I've got a surprise destination for you just about an hour's drive from Johnson City. It's a unique spot that should make for an engaging video. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. Here's the coordinates. Plug these into your GPS and let the adventure begin. Can't wait to hear about your experience. Drive safe and have fun. Kissy face, heart emoji. We have kind of a thing going on, me and ChatGPT. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of the whole vibe for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my car and see where Bestie takes us.
Justin's first stop didn't exactly scream adventure. It was quiet and about as exciting as an empty parking lot. So he figured he'd give ChatGPT another shot. Maybe the next random location would actually have something worth filming. But before he could set off, something strange happened. A man who had been fishing nearby started packing up his gear and heading toward his car. Justin waved him down, hoping to ask a simple question about the area.
ChatGPT, you know what ChatGPT, it sent me here and it sent me to some random location and it's up there, but I don't think there's anything actually up there.
Maybe a bear.
Yeah, is it high bear activity in here?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of bears. They come in our backyard. There was one seen yesterday afternoon. On that side, there's a bear right there. This time last year, hanging out on that side. But that side doesn't get explored a whole often, so that's where they're at probably. So, but they're black bears. Yeah. The reason we can't camp here anymore is because of that. This little girl got, like, and her mom, like, got mauled. And, yeah, like, so they don't let people camp out here anymore.
Justin didn't take the driver's words too seriously. He thanked him, brushed it off, and continued exploring the area, just like he always does. But as he wandered deeper in, something happened that made him pause, and suddenly, that casual warning didn't seem so easy to ignore.
Okay, this is like 5 minutes later after that last clip. Turns out that there is a trail, and this is like a real backwoods trail. This is certainly not a popular trail. So I am assuming that this is supposed to lead me to whatever this location is. I'm having some like real PTSD from my trip to Snake Den Mountain. Okay, you know what? I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm just going to focus on getting there. So I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, when/if I get to this location or not. I'll see you in a second. Okay, this is unfortunately, this was supposed to be a lighthearted video. I don't know what I said last, but I got probably halfway there and heard some kind of growl. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a bear, but it certainly sounded, I think it was probably a mountain lion or something. I think that I'm pretty much done with being like an idiot on this channel and being totally reckless for really no reason. I really don't know what else to say at the moment. I don't know how I'm gonna resolve this video, but that's also not really what I should be worrying about at the moment. I'm just gonna focus on getting out of here.
When a local tells you there are bears around, that's not just small talk. That's a warning you should actually take seriously. If you're out there with no way to protect yourself, the smartest move is to turn back. No bit of footage or random adventure is worth gambling your safety for. In Justin's case, he got lucky. The truth is, ChatGPT can send you anywhere, but it doesn't know what's really waiting there. And if you're planning a trip like that, it pays to be ready, because out in the wild, curiosity without caution can turn into a serious problem fast. That's all for today. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Don't forget to leave a comment with your favorite encounter. And as always, thanks for watching and stay safe out there.